Good morning. Hello, my beautiful warriors, and welcome back to my channel. You have found Coffee Talk with the Mobility Mom. I am Rebecca, aka the Mobility Mom, and I am so thankful and grateful you are here with me today. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're a returning warrior and you haven't done so but would like to, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. While you're here watching, please give it a thumbs up, share it, invite your friends, all of that wonderful stuff. I thank you all for being here, and I'm so grateful that you tune in every week to hear me rattle on and on. So let's get started. Alrighty, so today's topic. I actually had somebody email me a few days ago and ask, or actually emailed me yesterday, and asked me what it meant when they heard people say they park hopped, and if I do it, being that I have a chronic illness and a mobility struggle. And to be honest with you, I rarely park hop. I do occasionally. It depends on how I'm feeling for the day, because doing the parks for me is exhausting. But I have parked hop, and I do it occasionally. Not so much now after the pandemic, because things have changed quite a bit from before. It used to be I would just go into whatever park I wanted to in the morning, spend a couple hours, and then maybe hop over to another park. And essentially that's what park hopping is. You would get a ticket with the park hopping ability, and you could just basically jump from park to park throughout the day. I have done it in the past. I'm not saying I've never done it. I have done it. I do probably look to maybe do it once or twice again in the future. It's just not something I do a lot of, mainly because it is exhausting. And for somebody with a mobility struggle, getting to and from the different parks can be exhausting, especially if I'm going for the day and I don't have my EVC. If I have my EVC or something like that, it makes it a little easier, so then I would park hop more. But just to spend the day and try to park hop, no, I do not do that with a chronic illness. It is exhausting, and I just really don't do it that much. But park hopping in general means that you jump from park to park. And now when you do that, even if you buy just a day ticket, you have to add on the park hopping ability. And in order to park hop, excuse me. Now, with all that said, be aware that park hopping in today's day and age is completely different. Back, 2-3 years ago, when you would park hop, it was very easy. You could just go into whatever park you wanted to that morning. If you spent a couple hours in there, wanted to go, say like you went to Magic Kingdom at rope drop, and then a few hours later you jumped over to Epcot, maybe did an hour or so there, and then maybe in the evening jumped to Animal Kingdom. You could do that essentially throughout the day with no problem. However, since we are still in the midst of this pandemic, and we are sort of coming on the other side of it, park hopping has changed. First and foremost, if you get a ticket with park hopping, you must make a reservation to the park that you want to go in the morning. So, for example, if I wanted to go to Disney Saturday, I would make a park reservation for Saturday morning, say to the Magic Kingdom. And I would go down, and I would have to scan that ticket into the Magic Kingdom to show that I was there on property. So if you make a reservation and intend to park hop, you must check into the original park that you bought the ticket for. It doesn't matter if you do it in the morning, in the afternoon, whatever, but you have to scan your ticket to the park that you reserved. Now, after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you can pull up the calendar for each park and the park reservation and see if there is any availability in another park, and then proceed to hop to that park. Make a reservation and hop to that park. However, you have to make sure that you've scanned your ticket in the original park that you made your original reservation in. So again, going back to that whole thing, say I wanted to go to Magic Kingdom Saturday, I would get down there at like say 10 in the morning. I go in, I would scan my ticket that morning at Magic Kingdom, spend a few hours or however long I wanted to spend in there. Then 2 o'clock rolls around, and I want to go do the garden festival. I would pull up the, you know, my app, my Disney Experience app. I cannot talk today. I would look and see if Epcot had any availability. If it did, I would reserve a pass for that park and proceed to make my way to that park, where I would scan my ticket into that park. As it stands now, I will be completely upfront and transparent. I'm not sure if you can park hop to more than one park after 2 p.m. I'm almost positive you can, but I'm not 100% sure. I would definitely check the know before you go area on the website, because things change. I know when I was there several weeks ago, I had the option to park hop from park to park after 2 o'clock, as long as there was an opening. But always check your know before you go section on the Disney website, because things do change from day to day. But yeah, essentially that is what park hopping is. It is to jump from park to park. And in this day and age, you must check into the very first park that you reserved for that day. And then after 2 o'clock, if there is an opening, you can park hop to another park. It is a little bit harder to do so now, because you do have to wait till 2, which is why I said if I go down for just the day, I don't do it as much, because by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I am thoroughly exhausted from walking around. Even with the rest breaks and the hydration, I tend to be really, really tired. And by 2:30, especially in the summer months, it gets really, really hot. And unless I'm staying on property where I can go back to my room and maybe take a little cat nap and cool down, I don't park hop, because it's just exhausting. But if I am staying down for a couple days and I do have the option of maybe going back to my room and taking a cat nap, you know, taking a cool shower to cool down, sometimes I'll go back in the evening to another park. I am an annual pass holder, so that is automatically included in with my ticket. But I actually kind of like the option to park hop. If I were making a little vacation package for a couple days, I would put the option to park hop, only because, you might decide when you get back, after you got back to your room and took a nap, that you might want to see another park in the afternoon. Or maybe you wanted to do the morning in, say, Epcot to do all the, flower and garden show, but in the evening you want to go over to Animal Kingdom to see Pandora lit up. I like the idea of having that flexibility. But again, like I said, you have to have a park reservation. You have to scan your ticket into the first park that you chose, and then you can park hop after 2 o'clock. And as I said, park hopping is exactly what it sounds like. You hop from park to park. So yeah, for me, it's like I said, with a chronic illness, and so if I'm spending one day, to me it doesn't make sense to park hop, simply because it is exhausting. If I'm down there for 2 or 3 days, I like the option. I like being able to say, yeah, I might go do Magic Kingdom in the morning and then Hollywood Studios in the afternoon, or maybe I'll go do a couple rides in the morning at Hollywood Studios and then hop over to Epcot in the evening and grab dinner somewhere over in World Showcase. So I like the flexibility, and it can be done. It's just very exhausting. So if I'm only spending a day, I don't. So I hope that answered your question. I hope that was clear enough for you. I know sometimes I rattle on, and so I can get more confusing as I go. So I hope that was, I hope that explanation was clear enough for everybody to understand. If not, feel free to ask me more questions. If I didn't explain it, clearly enough to you, I'll be happy to re-explain or answer any questions you have. But until next time, wishing you a blessed and happy day, and I will catch you next time. So bye. Have a blessed one.